All right, this your brother Issachar coming at you with another lesson. First off, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstones I learned this truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Aqua that's listening and learning. Today's video is going to be entitled, Trump Threatens Chicago with War. All right, it's going to be entitled, Trump Threatens Chicago with War. Now I got aspired to do this lesson because of this video that I'm getting ready to play from you all. It's pretty much a news video, and the main source is from this tweet that Trump posted out there about a couple of days ago. And as you can see right here, it says, I love the smell of deportations in the morning. Chicago about to find out why it's called the Department of War. You see see Trump on with, he got the sunglasses on, he got the cowboy hat on, he got the fire and everything in the background. And as you can see right here, it says Shipocalypse, all right, meaning Chicago, all right, Chicago apocalypse. He said, I love the smell of deportations in the morning. You can't tell me that he not Esau, man. You cannot tell me that he's not Esau, but the elites are using him to the fullest, man. The elites are giving out the orders to Trump to make sure that everything goes according to the way that they want things to go, because this dude is hilarious. He is hilarious, but the serious point of this, though, is that he's still talking about bringing National Guard to Chicago, and a lot of people in the power seats in Illinois, so forth and so on, they don't want this to happen, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and play this video. Let me start it from the beginning. Going to play it from the beginning, and then after that, we're going to grab a few scriptures, because we already know that he's setting this place up. He's pretty much setting everything up to the point where, you know, troops are going to be in every state in America, all right? Because martial law is going to be ushered in. It will be ushered in the future, all right? Because it will be total chaos, not in just Chicago, but all over America, because this place is getting ready to shut down very, very soon. So let's go ahead and play this video. Then we'll grab a few scriptures.
Federal and state leaders are sparring in a war of words. President Trump posting an inflammatory message on social media today referencing Chicago, and it prompted quick responses from the governor and 2 U.S. senators. President Donald Trump taking to social media this morning, sharing an image that places him in front of the Chicago skyline with the caption, Shipocalypse now. Trump's post saying, quote, I love the smell of deportations in the morning. And Chicago about to find out why it's called the Department of War. The president's post drawing strong reaction from local and state Democratic leaders, including Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker. Pritzker sharing the president's post and responding on X, saying the president of the United States is threatening to go to war with an American city. This is not a joke. This is not normal. Donald Trump isn't a strong man, he's a scared man. Illinois won't be intimidated by a wannabe dictator. Joining the governor in his criticism of the president, U.S. Senator Dick Durbin, who spent part of his Saturday in Pilsen for the Mexican Independence Day parade.
His tweet this morning was disgusting. To suggest that the troops are coming into Chicago or that the Department of War is going to be engaged is an embarrassment. This is a peace-loving community trying to do their best to make a living and raise a family.
Fellow U.S. Senator Tammy Duckworth especially taking issue with the image's depiction of the president, saying, take off that cavalry hat, you draft dodger. You didn't earn the right to wear it. Stolen valor at its worst. And Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson also weighing in on X. Quote, the president's threats are beneath the honor of our nation, but the reality is that he wants to occupy our city and break our Constitution. We must defend our democracy from this authoritarianism by protecting each other and protecting Chicago from Donald Trump. In a statement released to ABC, the White House doubling down on President Trump's post, pointing to Labor Day weekend violence in the city of Chicago, saying, quote, local Democrat leaders are more upset about a post from the president. That tells you everything you need to know about the Democrats' twisted priorities.
Like I said, it's just hilarious, man. Just seeing that. Hold on, let me go back to it.
And it prompted Trump taking the sharing an image that
it's just funny as hell that he actually woke up that morning and he was like, you know what? I'm about to create the greatest post on Twitter ever known to mankind. This dude had a whole artwork done and everything. I love the smell of deportations in the morning, but this dude not playing, man. This dude is not playing. This dude is literally getting ready to bring these troops over here to Chicago, and he's getting ready to get more of the Northern Kingdom out of here, and he's getting ready to hit the Southern Kingdom too. It's not just going to be the Hispanics, all right? A lot of you Negroes out there about to get hit too, because they was already doing that with the West Indians, Jamaicans, Haitians, so forth and so on, with certain of them. All right, it's going to get to the point where it's going to be all Israelites. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right? He's getting ready to get a lot of you all up out of here. But then at the same time, he's getting ready to crack down, because he said one of the other reasons why he's bringing the troops over there is to crack down on the crime that's in Chicago. All right, and that's why he said he's bringing in the Department of War, ICE, so forth and so on, man. National Guard, all of that. He's not playing. And he might be the one to actually bring Armageddon, like Apostle Tahar said. He might be the one to bring this place down. He just might be the one, but we'll see. But the way that he's moving right now is very likely he's going to be the one to end his kingdom, because he is an Edomite. This is his heaven, and he's probably going to be the one to end his kingdom. It's going to be a beautiful thing, man. All right. So let's go ahead and grab a few scriptures. Let's go ahead and get Revelation 12:12. You know, this is definitely a familiar scripture. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right. Revelation 12:12. He knows that he has but a short time. So he's getting ready to do the most to make sure that he ushers in his NWO. He's going to do the most to try not to lose his power seat. He's going to try to upset prophecy, but the thing is, you can't upset prophecy. This was written down way before this even happened. When you read the scriptures, it tells you exactly what's going to happen in the future, how's everything going to play out, so forth and so on. The only thing that we got to do is live through it. All right, we just got to live through it and see what happens. So we know that Esau is getting ready to do the most, so he can actually try to cut us off from the Most High by getting everybody to take that chip. All right. So he's going to usher in martial law. He's going to cause a man-made famine. He's going to make people lose jobs on purpose. He's going to crash the dollar on purpose, so forth and so on. Right. All right. That's great wrath. He is going to do the most so he can try to bring in this digital system and stay in power. Like the scriptures say, he thinks his houses are going to continue forever, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Yahweh Shai is going to come back and interfere with his plans. All right. Let's get Matthew chapter 12. We're going to get Matthew chapter 12 and go to verse 25. And it says, and Yahweh Shai knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan casts out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? All right. This place is definitely divided. As you saw within the video, you saw the governor, the senates, the mayor, all of them are pretty much against what Trump is doing. And they all work for America, though. All right. All of them are within this Babylonian system. They all supposed to be on one accord, but they're not. That's why you have the Democrats, you have the Republicans. They're divided. All right. They don't agree with each other, but they all operate within this whole system. All right. And they're both Satan. They are. All right. Esau, the so-called white man, he is the physical counterpart of Satan. And they pray to Satan too. All right. That is their God. But sooner or later, the Most High is going to cut that off too. They're going to try to pray to their powers, and it's not going to be answered. All right. But read verse 25 again. It says, and Yahweh Shai knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. And every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. This is how we know that America is getting ready to be crumbled, because we're seeing this place be divided right before our very eyes. All right. This place is definitely divided. Nobody agrees with each other. So sooner or later, this place will crash. It's going to happen. Let's get Psalms chapter 5. And then we're going to go to verse 8. And it says, lead me, O Lord, in thy righteousness because of my enemies. Make thy way straight before my face. For there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wickedness. Their throat is an open sepulchre. They flatter with their tongues. Let's go ahead and click on this real quick. Let's click on this real quick, and then we're going to go to, let's see, we're going to go to flatter right here. We're going to go to flatter, and I believe the Hebrew word is, yes, it's halak. Halak. And it says divide, flatter, part, distribute, dealt, smoother, given, imparted, partner, portion, received, separate, to divide, a portion, to assign, distribute, to assign, impart, to share, to divide up, plunder. All right. And that's pretty much what it is, to divide. It says to be smooth, slippery, deceitful. All right. So when you go back to it, let's go back to it. Let's read it again. Verse 9. It says, for there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wickedness. This is the whole thing. This is all what Esau is all about. Esau is all about wickedness, evil. Their throat is an open sepulchre. They flatter with their tongue. Literally, Trump is going to social media and he's saying he's getting ready to bring war to one of his American cities, dividing this place. All right. He's saying this. He's saying he's getting ready to bring war to Chicago to try to lower down the crime and bring in more ICE officers. All right. That's what he's getting ready to do. And he's saying it in front of everybody. And people are getting disgusted. People are getting very disgusted. You saw what they said with the tweets that they put out there. All right. Verse 10, it says, destroy thou them, O power. Let them fall by their own counsels. Cast them out in the multitude of their transgressions, for they have rebelled against thee. Yeah, they're going to fail. The plans that they have, it will not work. It says, let them fall by their own counsels. All right. That's what's going to happen. Everything that Esau is doing right now is not going to move forward. But let all those that put their trust in thee rejoice. Let them ever shout for joy because thou defendest them. Let them also that love thy name be joyful in thee. For thou, Lord, will bless the righteous with favor. Will thou compass him as with a shield. All right. The ones that trust in the Lord are going to rejoice. The ones that trust in the Lord are going to be joyful. The ones that trust in the Lord are going to be defended. And that's what we're doing right now. That's why it says be, where is it? It said his name. Hold on. But let all those that put their trust in thee, let them ever shout for joy because thou defendest them. Let them also love thy name, be joyful in thee. All right. The names, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, the hopeful elect. That's what they're doing right now, calling upon those names. All right. And they're going to be defended with favor, without compass him as with the shield. We're not going to depend on Trump to make Chicago better. We're not going to depend on Trump to be like, oh, okay, well, he's saying he's going to bring in troops and do this and do that, and then we're going to be safe in the streets again. No, the only way that we're going to be safe is by this whole place being destroyed. So everything that Trump is doing, we rooting for him. We are rooting for him. We're like, yeah, go ahead, do it. Do it. Because we already know the longer this place lasts, that's the more insane we go. We getting tired of this place, man. We getting tired of this place. But we seeing Trump is making moves. Everything that he's doing, he's bringing this place closer and closer to destruction. So we rooting for Donald Trump to go ahead and do what he got to do. Let's get one last scripture and close it out. We're going to get Obadiah. We're going to get Obadiah. Start at verse 2. It says, behold, I have made thee small among, you know what? Let's just start at verse 1. It says, Edom will be humbled. It says, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord power Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. And you see that. Esau is being hated more and more and more by these heathen nations, including his own people. He's being greatly despised because of all the wickedness that he brings out here. Verse 3, it says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? This is the whole attitude that Trump has right now. Just like when you go and read this. I love the smell of deportation in the morning. Chicago about to find out why it's called the Department of War. Then you go back here. Who shall bring me down to the ground? This is Esau's pride. This is his pride right here, man. He thinks that he can't be touched. But according to Isaiah 47, Yahushua looks at it very, very, very much different. All right. He's not going to meet thee as a man. Verse 4 says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, this will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. So the Lord is getting ready to checkmate Esau and all of his wicked plans, man. Point blank, period. So I just want to bring this out real quick because, like I said, I saw this video and then I saw this tweet. I'm like, hey, this is hilarious, man. This is hilarious. You over talking about politics. Politics is very funny and interesting these days. You see things like this. Hey, I ain't afraid to go to work and talk about this. You know, I ain't gonna bring out scriptures or anything like that, but I'm definitely gonna bring this up and be like, hey, look, y'all saw that tweet that Donald Trump posted yesterday? Just so I can just get a laugh out of it and see how people react to it, man. Hey, he's getting ready to bring this place down, man. He not bullshitting. So we gonna see what happens. We gonna see if Chicago's gonna be the next city. Then we're gonna see what happens after that, so forth and so on. And Lord willing, everything happens sooner than later. So I hope this is edifying. So with that, I'm gonna say call Halayim Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaa Quadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstones I learned this truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Aquas that's listening and learning. And Yahweh Ratazad, I'll be back on another lesson. Keep pushing, Yasharala. Keep pushing. We almost out of here. Shalom.